Stepping onto your third program. I'm glad to hear that you're hitting the ball well, that you're feeling the power. It's all a progression. There's reasons we're putting things where we are, and there's reasons we're waiting for things. I can't emphasize enough how important your mobility section is before you work out. I promise you that that's going to take you exactly where you want to be. Be patient with it. I know it's a lot of repetition, but let's stick with it. Well, we're going to start. I'm going to, again, record everything that we need to have, even if it's repeated. We're going to start with the IT bands. Okay, same position where we're rolling back and forth. Let's keep about 30 seconds apiece, but if you feel something really bothering you, stick on it. Let's go ahead and then get the calves. Remember that whatever leg you cross over, go to that hip joint, iron it on out. Okay, we'll get both sides there. We then step to the calves. There is a new one in here as well. Okay, I think that if you're not crossing the leg over, definitely let's cross it over. We're going to get a little bit deeper work when you make that crossover. All right, from there, let's go ahead and get the quads. I know this is a very goofy looking one, but let's make sure and keep this in the mix. Go from right above the knee, almost to your hip joint. Play with the angle, find the areas that are bothering you, and flush that muscle loose. Upper back, remember not to take this to your lower back. Okay, you're just gonna go to basically your shoulder blades, down to the mid back, pulling your elbows towards the floor the entire time. Okay, it should feel great. The one we're gonna add in is the lats. Okay, these are super important for you to keep mobile. The arms straight from here. You're just gonna roll up to where your arm starts, and just a little way down that back should feel good. Definitely a big one. All right, so keeping up the warm-up. We're gonna then go wide leg knee drops. Okay, same thing that you've been working on. These are huge for your lower back and the ability for those hips to turn. Okay, big deal. The leg up overs. Okay, all these should be about 30 seconds or 30 seconds aside on all these motions that we're going through right now. Up and over. We added in last time that fetal position, arm drag around the head, open it up, and around. Same thing about 30 seconds, but it's just a feel thing. Go till you feel loose. We're gonna have the wall side bends. Let's go ahead and use here. Right foot behind the left. Shift your hips to the right and that right arm to the left. We're trying to lengthen this entire side of your body. Okay, we're gonna add in two other mobility motions here. These are a big deal. You're gonna approach the wall. Legs are straight. You're gonna try and press into your heels, erect your body. So I'm opening my chest up. From here, trying to keep pressure in my heels. Let's keep that head facing forward. I'm gonna try and reach towards the wall with this hand, pull this arm back, all while pushing into the wall. Let's go about 8 aside, all right? Similar range of motion. You're gonna try and keep the pressure in your heels. Hey, you're gonna push into your heels. Let's keep that head centered again. Your abs are gonna have to flex to do that. Let's go ahead and go 8 aside. That's your warm up, good to go. All right, stepping into your third program, now that you're warm, what we really want to do is continue to make sure that you're moving well, but also make sure that we're continuing to build strength levels through the roof. We're going to start with the lower body. So this circuit, you're going to try and get 10 to 12 reps of each motion for 2 sets through. Hit them all, and then we'll repeat. I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you all your movements, but again, just remember 12 of each, both sides. Find weights that are challenging for that rep number. All right, our first movement, we're going to elevate that back toe. We're going to hold this dumbbell at the chest. I have a 10 here, but you can probably be somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds. We're going to lunge down. We're going to reach it across your body. Okay, that's at our bottom range. Up and press. Reach across the body, back to the beginning, back over the head. All right? Make sure we're getting both sides. From here, we're going to use the same step up. Make sure we're stepping back. We're going to load this right into the ear. We're going to press up over the head. Picture like our elbow and our knee are attached by a string and they're heading up together. You may be able to take the weight up for that motion somewhere between 25 and 30 pounds. Then from there, we're going to take it back to your lighter dumbbell. Step away from the step up. All these you're trying to go with as little rest as possible. We're going to step back, lunge, take it over the head, drive it to the knee, all while keeping that balance in controlled motion. Our last piece here, we're going to take, actually let's keep that lighter weight. Let's take it a little bit slower pace, still working on the balance on this one. We're overhead, reach that heel forward. We're going to go as low as possible, drive through the heel, up, down, drive it up. We're trying to get that bend and straight. And that's your lower body portion. Up next will be your upper body work. Jumping into your upper body work. You want to, of course, always push yourself to the limit while keeping your form. And you know well enough now when you need to cut it off, when you need a spotter, all those types of things. These next motions are definitely going to challenge you. Make sure you take a couple minutes break after you've hit them all once in a row before you hit that second set. First one, you can do this on a regular cable machine. You can just lower it to the bottom. We're going to go push-up position. Try and keep that core stable. And let's go with the straight arm pulls, 15 per side. If you only get 12, that's fine. We're trying to take those higher weights, so don't take those numbers as recommendations. All right, number 2, working those obliques and your back. So we take a dumbbell. I'll take it from your next motion here first. We'll take the dumbbell, top hand behind the head. Let's feel that the ground's there. Side crunch, but we want to make sure we're getting that range. I think a good place for you to start is probably with a 15 to 20 pounder. All right. We also want to get, while we're over here, get into our back extensions. Real simple. Don't think of this as a maximal effort exercise. We just want to make sure that we have good function, that you're hinging well from your hips, and that you have a healthy back. Don't overdo this one. Looking forward, we want to reach as far as we can possibly reach forward. It gives me a flat back. I'm going to come up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Far as I can reach forward, up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Notice that I'm not going past flat. Okay, just right to flat is all that you need. Okay, 15 reps should be great. And then a chest press. We want to have some simple motions along with the more complex. I always like to take those feet up just to keep your back nice and flat. We're going to leave one up while the other presses. When you run out of energy, all right, when you have nothing left, you can barely get it up, gather yourself for a moment and take both for as many as you can go together with both. Maybe a very small number, which is okay. I think that a good place is probably about 45 pounders for you on that. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and go into a front plank on that same bench. How still can you keep that lower body? Hold right to the armpit. Same thing, probably about 45 to 50 pounds there. You're getting strong with those motions. Last piece of that upper body. Okay? One we'll always come back to as well is this working on that rotation of that golf swing. Hand behind the head. Elbow touches the ground, turn to the sky. Elbow touches the ground, turn to the sky. 15 per side. Relax. To get you stretched out, you've gotten a lot accomplished. You should feel pretty wiped at this point. The stretches were, of course, going to always come back to the ones you know, but you're also going to get some new ones occasionally. But for you, it's all about getting certain areas flexible that we know are tight. We're going to start with the hip flexor in the Captain Morgan position. Hand of the back leg is up. We're trying to tilt your pelvis under until you feel the stretch here on that back side. Breathe and hold. Once you feel comfortable, you can even add a little side bend towards that front leg. All these should be about 45 seconds a side. Get both sides and let's drop into the pigeon while you're in that position. Okay, and you know that well for the outside of your hip. Lastly, also in this position, we're going to go into a straight leg. Hinge forward, reach for the toe. Okay? Deep on those hamstrings behind the knee. Just breathe and hold. And remember, these static stretches, never do before exercise and never before golf. We'll stand up. Take one hand behind your back, other than the side of your head. Stretch out your neck. Find the angle that feels best to you, or the tightest area. Getting both sides. Last one. Hands high. Shift the chest low. We'll always be coming back to this one for those lats. Breathe and hold. All 45 seconds. Have fun with that workout. Remember, the warm-up's as important as anything. And we'll see you next time for workout 4.